Shot of Brandy podcast, man. This 217 up in here, man, with Cory Moore. What's good with you, Cory, man?
Man, what's up, man? Glad to be here.
Yeah, man, I appreciate you coming out, man. You know what I'm saying, man? Because me and you go way back, though.
Man, absolutely.
Yeah, man, I met you back in the day, man. You know what I'm saying? But shit, nah, man, like you always been that cool guy, though. You know what I'm saying? Like laid back and shit, man. Always.
Yeah. Kind of like you, though, right?
Right, on God. Nah, for real, though. You know what I'm saying? Like the laid back dudes be scoping it all, right?
Absolutely.
Right, you know what I'm saying? So I already know what you be on, though, man, because you be in the cut, though.
Yep.
Nah, okay, so are you from Oklahoma, though, Cory?
Man, born and raised Oklahoma City.
Okay, born and raised Oklahoma City. Yeah, man, because I used to see you at Northeast.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like when I used to come up there, man, for Houston and Rhymes, like the older guys would be in there hooping though. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So did you always go to the the East Side schools?
Man, honestly, man, I was like a nomad. I grew up in like all the black sides of Oklahoma City, oddly enough.
Yeah.
South side when I was like first born. North side.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Through like middle school, high school, I used to stay at the Heather Apartments, if you remember them back in the day.
Oh God, I know you.
And then East Side.
Yeah.
And she even lived out in Yukon at one point in time for a minute. So.
Okay, damn, man. So you was moving around.
Moving around.
So was you always hooping?
Man, yeah, I always hoop.
Okay.
In fact, started out at the East Side YMCA, now in the Urban League. So was there at the age of 6 and always hooped on them sides of towns too.
Yeah. Should you play football?
Nah, never touched football, man.
Okay, why not?
Man, just looking back, it was probably more my parents, man, because I was always frail as a kid. And that's probably one of the things I would have did differently, man. I would have jumped out there and tried it, you know.
Yeah, man, I appreciate the Deuce, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, he pulled up with the Deuce, man. I appreciate it, man. So we pouring up, you know what I'm saying?
Man, you catch me at Kindred Spirits every like Sunday in the summer, man.
Okay, yeah. Man, for sure, man, because I was out there last night, you know what I'm saying? Man, it was a good vibe, cool vibe, you know what I'm saying? Not the club vibe, but just a cool, laid-back vibe.
Exactly what I'm looking for.
Right. Okay, so Northeast. You know what I'm saying? Like, how was that for you, though?
Man, that was like one of the greatest times ever in my life, man.
God, that shit look fun.
I tell everybody, man, like, if you're not having fun in high school, man, I don't know at one point in time that's going to turn around for you, man.
Yeah.
It wasn't no real responsibilities, man. Just do what you're supposed to do day in and day out, man. And everything else took care of itself.
So was that a good thing or a bad thing, though? Man, you say no responsibilities.
Yeah. I mostly mean at home. I don't mean at the school.
Oh, okay,
right?
Right.
I mean at home.
Okay, right. No bills, right?
Yeah, no bills or nothing, man. Yeah. You know, just play some video games, hang out with the homies, but now you definitely had school responsibilities, and to kind of not challenge that, but to kind of say something on that, man, I think Northeast is one of the best kept secrets ever in producing like mental talent out of the city. Nah,
real shit.
You know what I'm saying? We got MIT graduates. You know, we done been around, did some things in different places.
Right. Yeah, but man, around that time, like you had to pass a test to get into Northeast, right?
Yeah, the Northeast Academy. I think it started like 2001, 2000, somewhere around there. Yeah.
So you had to have some type of sense to get in, though. You know what I'm saying? So that's why y'all produced it, though, right?
I think that has something to do with it, man. But also just the community and like the people around at that time, man. Like expectations was kind of there for everybody.
Right.
You know, and when you had it in the community, you don't want to fail.
Okay, right. Then the basketball team, you know what I'm saying? Like, how was that competition? You know what I'm saying? Like competing every day with that, with that high caliber players, though, you know what I'm saying? And it's all black, because I never went to an all black school, so that right there, that's competition every day, right?
Man, day in and day out.
I'm telling you, man.
Yeah, like every practice, you kind of didn't know what you was about to walk into.
Exactly.
Man. Yeah.
Exactly. Because you really don't know what these people are going through, like, during the day.
Man, during the day, everybody's so heavy on nutrition and everything now. Like, you don't even know what somebody ate. Like, me and my homie, shout out to Frank and Stump, man, we still laugh now because we used to eat like a zebra cake and drink a can of like Nestea or something, or a
exactly,
Coke,
right.
And try to say the $2 or $3 your mama gave you for lunch, or that's all you had.
Right.
We was literally trying to play sports on zebra cakes and juice.
And McDonald's and shit, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now that's kind of unheard of, right?
Man, it is and it ain't. Like AAU, you still see it, right? Because you're traveling and that's where y'all gotta go. But like a lot of people paying more attention to it. I think.
Right.
Yeah.
Like younger though, you know what I'm saying?
Man, I'll say this. I went to the state finals over the last couple of weeks.
Okay, yeah.
And man, like when Edmond North and Booker T and all them boys is like changing, I'm like, man, you could tell they got nutritionists, and they got everything. If we would have had, you would kind of think like, where would some of these people be, man, if we had all that?
Exactly. And that's the Tulsa schools, though. You know what I'm saying? Like they take that shit way serious, though. You know what I'm saying?
Tulsa sometimes do feel like it's like Texas or something, comparatively speaking. No offense, like I think we both produce in Oklahoma City and Tulsa, but sometimes when they step out, it's just like, man, where they from? Like, for real.
Nah, man, but they facilities too, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Got them big ass nice facilities for them kids, though. You know what I'm saying? So you think that, like you just said, where would the kid be? So do you think that like plays a part?
Man, absolutely. I think
man, like a big facility and more trainers and shit like that.
Yeah, I think you can't sometimes say you're a product of your environment, you know what I'm saying, without considering that's their environment. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It goes
high
beyond
quality shit, right?
It goes beyond like the neighborhood you live in and everything, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, man, but now they trying to push it out though. You know what I'm saying? Like they trying to rename it and shit like that. Man, so what do you think about that though?
Renaming like
the schools and stuff.
Schools, yeah, man, that's tough. One of the harsh realities for me, man, like going to Edwards Elementary School, elementary school, man, and coming back here seeing that's shut down. Like, ain't no kids in there.
Okay, right.
I don't know what they have plans to do with it. That's something I need to jump into and kind of research.
So it's no school at all?
No kids in there, at least from my understanding.
God damn.
And Northeast is gone. I mean, of course, it's on the name, but you know that don't feel the same either. So it's kind of like erasing my history a little bit. You know, I did go to Classic for middle school, so I guess a part of it's there. But the heart is always like Edwards and Northeast.
Exactly. Damn. Then you said something like you can't take the kids back there and show them your history. You said.
Yeah. I don't have kids yet.
Okay, right.
But yeah, man, like it's kind of like when I go back to Pennsylvania, where my dad is from.
Okay.
We could ride around, see the school, people in the neighborhood still, you know.
Okay, yeah, the school is still up?
Yeah, the school's still there from, you know, way back then. But for me, like, my kids, we jump in the car. If I roll around, I'd be like, that's where mine used to be.
Right.
You know, that's where I used to go to school.
Exactly.
We can't really touch it anymore.
Okay. Yeah, those schools are still there in Pennsylvania. How serious are they taking it?
In terms of the school overall, and I mean, it's a very prideful thing, man. Like, you know, my dad could walk in the gym right now today probably and see somebody that he used to play ball with, or one of the old coach's sons or something. Like,
exactly.
Still to this day.
Right.
You know.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's a family community thing.
Oh, absolutely. You know, and I'm sure that helps to make him feel good at times, to uplift him, right? And so that's something that. You know, I probably won't get to experience to like go in there and I just see it's all different, you know.
Right.
Don't see the teachers that kind of taught me and brought me up.
And the championship banners, though.
Yeah, I haven't gone to a class in Commons game yet to go in the gym and even see what they did with those, you know.
All right, exactly. See, that's messed up because they didn't take John Marshall. They didn't take their history to the next building. Even though it's the same name. That shit is weird. You know what I'm saying?
It is weird, man, but sometimes there's like bigger, you know what I'm saying?
I
don't want to get too crazy on here, but you know there's bigger things. Like if you think about Northeast, one of the first things I hit my homies up when I saw it for the first time when I came back was like, hey man, they moved all the cages off the window. so the light can shine in, dog. We went to school for so many years. It was so dim in there. Like, think about what that do to you mentally.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's dark and gloomy in them hallways and everything. Now the sun's shining in. Suddenly, right?
Now all of a sudden it's okay for the bars to be off.
Ain't no, you know, I guess the neighborhood getting gentrified or whatever you want to, you know, make the case for. But I just say, like, imagine that kid that's in the classroom when the sun is shining in, right? And they can look out the window and see something versus the cages.
Right. Yeah, that do something to you mentally.
Completely, man.
Right. Damn, I didn't think about that. Yeah, that's a good point. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so after Northeast, you know what I'm saying? Like, what you thinking?
Man, went to Northeast. That was back when we was like health science and engineering.
Okay.
And I actually was always into engineering. I was gonna go be a chemical engineer.
Okay.
Back in the day, man. So I always liked math and science and everything.
Okay. So you was good with numbers?
Man, I thought I was, at least, you know. When you in high school, you think you're good at something until you really got to go like put it to the test.
Right.
But yeah, man, with the UCO,
okay,
it was simply like a financial decision, and I thank my dad to this day. You know, I wanted to go to O State actually.
Okay.
Like top engineering school in the nation, right? But just couldn't get as much money out of them as I did from UCO. My dad sat me down like, hey, you do what you want to do, but I'm only covering or gonna help you with this amount, right?
Okay, right.
And you know, at the time when you young, you like, man, this dude hating, like he can help me or something. But when you come out and you don't have them student loans and stuff, man, and you experience that freedom, like still to this day, I owe him an apology, you know.
Oh yeah, for sure you do.
Thankful for that.
Oh yeah, for sure you do, because right now the student loan is so crazy that people committing suicide. People, they don't see a way out. They don't see an end. You know what I'm saying? They begging for Biden to clear it, but he's not though. You know, but the student loan is a big debt for, especially for millennials though. You know what I'm saying? Because the millennials is the one who got hit the hardest, and shit, they can't buy houses and shit like that because they got this 80,000, 100,000. You know what I'm saying? The student loan. So yeah, man, he did you a.
Yeah, man, we was that generation that was sold like that dream, and then like 08 happened and everything, and like that's where that dream came to a halt for us. Like,
oh, okay, yeah,
you know what I'm saying? We got left holding the bag because before that it was working out that way.
Oh, it was.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you go to college, you get you that decent job and everything, right? It was still working.
Oh, okay, so the housing market in 08 messed up.
Yeah, like really it's like the housing market, right, like caused a lot of issues throughout everything, right? Okay, so really it dried up the job market. So when I say like that, like imagine you're a college graduate and you come out with student loan debt, the first thing you're trying to do is get that job to start paying it off. Right. When the job market was, you know what I'm saying, not really there to hire as many people as it usually does. Right. They cut, you know, salaries and everything during that time. So yeah, it was a part of it.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Okay, so what did you graduate with then?
Oh man, I actually graduated with a bachelor's of business administration. So I ended up changing my major to finance, man. Yeah. Being a freshman, man, at UCO and chemical engineering classes and everything, you always gonna be like one of the youngest and, you know, one of the darkest, you know what I'm saying? Right. And I just wasn't having fun anymore, man. I was still making good grades and, you know, pulling my weight, but I just lost that passion and I was lost, man. Like, you know, everybody goes through that period where you just lost and trying to figure out life and what's next.
So you think that college, because everybody do get lost, do you think that a high schooler should wait a year or just go straight to college?
Man, that's a good question. I would just say that, and I don't have kids yet, right? So please, if I offended, forgive me. I would just say that if you take a year off, like fill that year with something. You know what I'm saying? Like you need to make progress on something. So that year should be full of experiments, man. Like do something different each month. Right. So you get a little test of, you know, different things to determine what you are going to do when you go back. Right. But that's also important. Another reason, or switching gears a little bit, why like the student loan thing is so important, Like, please don't take out, a mortgage to go figure out life.
Yeah, but that's what people have been doing and still doing.
Still doing it,
I'm talking about like, man, $100K.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like easily,
yeah,
like
absolutely.
And not knowing what they really doing, because like, is that really worth it? I mean,
I've seen it work and not work. You know what I'm saying? I would say that.
Right.
I've seen it, work where, lawyers and doctors. I'll talk about them. I'm a certified financial planner for a living. For people that know, just jumping forward a little bit. Some of the brokers clients I've seen sometimes are lawyers and doctors. Not all of them, right? Please don't get offended again. Not all of them, but sometimes they are. And it's simply because you take out so much student loan debt to get through school.
Right.
The first thing you're going to do when you've been in school like 6 to 10 years, you're going to go get a new car, right?
Right.
I deserve it.
Right.
I'm going to go get a new house. I deserve it. And then you got the loans too, right?
Right.
And then it's just like you spending the next 20, 30 years just trying to pay for all that, fun that you kind of accumulate over the years.
Yeah, we definitely gonna get to that. Okay, so you said that you finished with the business, but now you're financial. So where did that change for you then?
Yeah.
Or is that the same?
So it is. It's kind of the same. Okay. So I'll just go. I think complete my story on the engineering thing. When I was lost, I started taking more electives. And one of the first electives I took, shout out to my cousin Mike. I don't even think he noticed. I never told this story, but he was a finance major already. And he would just talk to me about like the numbers and everything. So I was like, let me go check out a little personal finance class, at UCO. And
so you was already thinking like that. Like
I love numbers, right? So let me just go try it out. Because again, I'm lost. I don't know. So I just took an elective.
Yeah.
And like one of the first problems the teacher, professor put on the board was like, how many of y'all got student loans to come here? And I didn't have a lot, but I was just like, I got a little bit. And only like one or two other people raised their hands. So the rest of the class is either lying or they really don't have student loans, right? So she was just like, if your parents would have put in this amount of money when you were first born and never put anything more in, had it grew at like 8%, this is how much you would have available for college. I'm looking, I'm like, hold on, run that back. And I like raised my hand and I'm like, hey, change the interest rate. Hey, change the dollar amount. I did all kind of different things. She just kept doing it. Like just, she could tell she had me. How old was you? Man, I was like 19 at the time.
Damn, you was intrigued like that?
Man, she knew she had me, so she just kept going. And so like after that class, man, I got up. I went and changed my major to finance, and it's been straight up ever since.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so you finished with finance?
Yeah. So it's a bachelor's of business administration in finance. So that's how they kind of say it there, UCO.
Right. Then you a Kappa?
Man, most definitely I'm a noob, man. Shout out to all the noobs, man.
Yeah. Okay, so what made you want to do that though?
Man, that was all my brother, man. Like shout out to my older brother, man. He was always somebody I always looked up to. I could be very truthful, like when you trying to become one, you tell them all the, I just want to be a man to do better for community. And that is a part of it as well. But like, I think my brother inspired me to kind of follow his lead. And I did also, being at UCO, one of my first contacts in the university center was with a noob.
Okay.
And just like chopped it up with me, man. Was like one of the first people to kind of like just be like, what you got up, what you trying to do, and stuff like that. So, this kind of checked 2 boxes for me, and I went from there.
Okay, right. So does that you being a capital, does that benefit your life to this day? You know what I'm saying, like with the connections and stuff like that?
Man, that's a great question, man. Oddly enough, man, sometimes life just works out how it's supposed to. I ended up moving to Philly after grad school. After undergrad.
Okay.
And the Kappa headquarters happened to be in Philadelphia.
Okay, damn.
You know what I'm saying? So
yeah. So how many Kappas out there then?
Man, a million.
A million, right?
Man. So yeah, man. As you moving around there and people know you, people pulling you, that was it. Did work out, like oddly enough. Right. I didn't plan it that way, but it definitely worked out.
Right.
Yeah.
Man, so when did you move to Philly?
Man, right after I graduated in 2006.
Oh, 2006?
Yeah, 2006, man. It was like December 2006, because I had to make up a half a semester from changing majors. Mm-hmm. That's right when the movie Pursuit of Happiness came out.
Okay.
Right? Mm-hmm. And I went and watched that movie, man, and that movie was like a message to me.
Okay.
You know, like, just put it on the line and go for what you're trying to do.
Right.
And it just so happened he was a stockbroker, you know, in that movie too.
Mm-hmm.
So that inspired me to, you know, try to move to the East Coast and make something happen after that.
Okay, yeah, man, but you coming from what, man, from Edmond to the East Coast, that's a whole nother world, right?
Man, absolutely.
Yeah. And 2006, how was it in Philly in 2006? You know what I'm saying? Because I'm just now knowing about Philly around, 2015, Meek Mill, the battle rap scene and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But how was it back then, though?
Yeah, so it's funny, when I got dropped off in Philly, I always call it dropped off. You know how they say, like, in like the movies where the boy becomes man, they dropped him off in the wilderness, and if he make it back to the,
right.
You know what I'm saying, alive, like,
Mm-hmm.
you make it back home alive, he ready.
Yeah.
That's how I would say my Philly experience was. Yeah. I got dropped off in the jungle, and it just so happened I hit the scene right when Meek Mill was hot there.
Oh, he was?
Man, I remember I heard that Rose Red with the Diamonds Blue. I heard that, the Flamers album. I heard that in 06, like literally as soon as I landed. And I was like, man, who is that?
Yeah.
That's Meek. I was like, I ain't never heard him. But he had a feature with T.I. on it, right?
Oh, okay.
So T.I. coming from here,
Damn.
That's what made me listen up even more.
Right.
And so I started to know all of like Meek's albums and everything, like
okay,
way
yeah,
back then.
early. Okay, so you seen it then.
I seen it coming, man.
Man.
Yeah.
Right. Then Rose came to the thing and signed him, huh?
Yeah, man.
At the radio station.
Yeah. And then that's when I'm a Boss and all that started hitting it. It was over with from there, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, so what's that slang that they be using, that bull? Like
Bull, young bull.
Yeah.
The John.
Yeah. Yeah, man, that slang is crazy out there.
Man, it's so funny. It is crazy. Mm-hmm. But you'll find yourself like using it or saying it when you're out there so much. And then when you go up a little bit further to Baltimore, like, so we say Baltimore up there. Like, I used to, down here I'm like Baltimore.
Right.
Like, it ain't Baltimore, it's Baltimore, all rolled together.
Right.
It gets even weirder, right? Like, even crazier. You know, you through.
Right,
like,
all that.
Yeah, all of that, yeah.
Bro, they got their own slang.
Each city up there, man, got their own thing.
Right.
Yeah.
So you ain't get robbed or nothing. You was good.
Nah, man, I tried to stay out of the, you know.
Right.
Of course, you gonna go there. You got to go there and experience it, man. But it was kind of like when Mufasa took Simba up, you know. And like, hey, where the sun ain't at, don't go there. But it was like one time I found myself in North Philly. I was driving, and I just like got lost.
Yeah.
Man, when I tell you, like, I ran every stop sign and red light because I was like, dog, if I get pulled over,
it's a wrap.
Worst case scenario, nah, like the police, I'm gonna be like, hey, dog, I'm not from here.
Right.
I don't even know where I'm going. Like, can you show me how to get out of here?
Right.
But other than that, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna just keep going and get out of there.
Nah, man, like I heard it's a tough place, and my Philly homeboy told me that it's one of the racist places too. You know what I'm saying? Like they jails got like one of the top men populated jails out there though. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, yeah. I mean, it's a lot to go on there, man. Even like how we watch movies here about the Italian mob and mafia and everything.
Okay,
it's real, man. I done walked into some clubs sometimes like, hey, let's get out of here, dog. Like, we in here listening to hip hop music, but it's like 30 Italian dudes sitting in the corner, ain't talking, ain't smiling or nothing.
Right.
Let's get out, man.
Right. Okay. Man, so what did you found a job out there or what?
Yeah, man, oddly enough.
Field?
Yeah, oddly enough, man, a friend of my family ended up being like pretty high up at this corporation. Okay. So I was out there like in Atlantic City just kind of partying, man, enjoying myself after undergrad. And he was just kind of like, you know, you willing to relocate, you know? And I'm out there partying, having fun. You know, I relocated. I'd go anywhere.
Right.
Man, I wouldn't have went anywhere. But anyway, he was just like, shoot me your resume. See what can happen.
Yeah.
Sent it to his company, which is Vanguard, one of the largest asset managers in the world, man.
Oh, okay, yeah.
They got like $8 trillion right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So
you work for Vanguard?
Yeah, man. That was my first job out of college, man. Vanguard.
Damn.
Yeah. Wouldn't change it for the world.
Yeah, how was that?
Man, it was good. So I actually ended up getting an interview right before I was due to fly back to Oklahoma.
Okay.
And did the interview, came back, and like, man, I got a phone call. I think it was like the offer. Like, yo, we want to offer you.
Yeah.
You ready to move? Like, no, but yeah.
Right.
Man, just packed up 2 bags and
left?
Left, man. Like, was up there 15 years until recently coming back, man.
Right. Oh, me you was, man. Damn, 15. So you seen a lot.
Man, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay, so what did it teach you, though? Like in your field? You know what I'm saying? Because you were playing with numbers before. So did you like the numbers, like, man, like once you got in the actual field?
Yeah, man. So what I would say is, like, going to Vanguard, like one of the most known companies in the world in that field and in that space, man. Like, I learned from some of the brightest minds, and like, you know, you could think you bright and you sharp, man, but you meet somebody else who like going harder,
right?
Like who's smarter, and so like that's just gonna challenge you and make you step your game up even more. And that's really what it did.
Exactly.
I got to learn like all the best processes in the world, right? Like, you don't get to $8 trillion by being a horrible company. They did a lot of things great, but then I also paid attention to some of the things that they didn't do as well. You know, so I took heed to all of that, and that's what's helping me in my business and everything right now.
Right.
So yeah, man, that was a dope experience for me.
Right. Okay. So then you get some experience, and then what though? You know what I'm saying? Because if that's your first job, like, was that your only job out there?
Nah, so I actually, man, ended up man, I don't think I ever told this story to many people, but I ended up, man, being so stressed out, man, chasing the bag, of course.
Yeah.
To where I started having like panic attacks, man. Like, I was having heart attacks, literally.
Okay, yeah, because it's a fast life, right?
Man, it's so fast, man.
So is it like that movie?
Man, it is like that movie.
What's the movie?
You name it, Wolf of Wall Street, Wall Street, like all of that.
Yeah,
man.
the Wolf of Wall Street. Like, is it that fast in them?
It is, man. Like, just the way people talk and everything. Like,
right.
You know, and even that gets into you. Like, I remember being on the phone with my friends from here, and the minute I like touched down back in Philly, you know, I'm back in my Philly mood, and they like, hey, you be changing too quick. Like, you gotta be like kind of gritty, and Philly one of the most grittiest cities in America.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's tough, right?
It is tough, dog. Like, the moment you get off the plane, dog, you better step with purpose, or they gonna run you over.
Bro, that's what I heard, bro. Like, yeah, like I heard that it's like, yeah, man, like you gotta be with it out there, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta have that grit, that grind, or you gonna get ran over.
Or don't, and you're gonna be crying somewhere in the corner.
So you knew how to adjust then?
I didn't, man. I learned how to adjust.
Okay.
Like, if I had to walk you through my life in Philly, like, dog, the first 2 years was just depression and being lost, man. Like, sadness, like wanting to come home, really, but knew it was better for me. And you know, I had the type of parents who wasn't gonna just be like, yeah, come on back, baby. You know, get your room back. Like, nah, I had to give it everything I could. And you know, the money kept me there too. So
okay, right.
Yeah,
but the money kept you there. But are you succeeding in the competition?
In terms of
you know, because they from the East Coast, so they used to that.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you can have like all type of competition in your office, right?
Yeah. Oddly enough, man, I kind of had a competitive advantage in that space, right?
Oh, you did?
Yeah. So as long as I learned the grit, right, I had that other thing that they didn't have up there. That's the charm and the Midwest, you know, swang or slang, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
To be able to like get people to like you and trust you and believe in you, you know what I'm saying? So I combine that with my business skills and
exactly,
and we good, you know.
Right.
So I actually had a competitive advantage because of that.
Exactly. So so they could tell that you weren't from the East Coast, did?
Oh man, completely. Like the first 3 years, dog, they used to call me Big Country out there.
Okay, right.
Yeah, just like, man, everything. Like,
right.
They could tell by my dress. I remember when I first went to the first club out there, it was like, what would you like to drink? And I was like, man, I don't even know what to drink here. I was like, hey, let me get a Hennessy and Hypnotic. Mm-hmm. That was my comfort, right? My comfortable place.
Right.
She was like, where are you from? Off the rip. And I'm like, dang. Like, told her, she like, that's why you ordered this country ass drink. You know what I'm saying? She pulled it up, gave it to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I had to adjust. You know what I'm saying? Even eating like steaks at the steakhouse. Like, out here when you black, it's like, let me get it well done. Mm-hmm. Up there it's like, nah, dog, pink center, medium well, something real? Like that. Yeah, man. Like that was the first time I ever got introduced to that. They'll say like, oh, you want some beef jerky if you say you want well done.
Right.
Yeah.
Man, so how far is it from NYC?
Man, the train ride, which is crazy that I come back to Oklahoma and I hear the train ride from OKC to Dallas is like 3 hours. But a train ride to New York from Philly, like 45 minutes. And that's with all the stops.
Yeah, for real.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so
was you always hit New York?
Man, I liked New York, but I was always in like DC and Baltimore, them type of places more than Atlantic City. Yeah.
Already. Man, so what did you learn there?
Oh, man, I learned so much. Like, I'm trying to just run through it. I learned about like grit, man, and just believing in yourself and you know what I'm saying, really putting your head down and working on what you believe in. Right. Man, I learned I'm gonna share this. I learned in corporate America, man, it really ain't about like what you know. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think one of the things that our culture could do a better job of is like, we so into like hard work, man, and put your head down and grind, which is true, right?
Yeah, that's when you in that with,
man. When you in that corporate world, dog, it's like pick your head up and look around, and you'll see the politics, right? And that's what you really need to understand. That's how you start to get a leg up in that game, right?
For real?
Yeah, man. There's certain people cracking jokes that ain't funny that people laughing like crazy. Like, that's a person you probably want to try to position yourself next to, right? Somebody else might be getting all the projects in the department or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You like, why they getting all this work? Like, pay attention to what they doing and how they moving, and that'll tell you everything about that world.
Right.
So I learned how to play that corporate game. I hate to call it, but it is like, I guess I learned how to run that race is what I'll say.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Okay, so what made you want to come back then?
Oh, man. I'm going to answer this a couple of ways, man. One was I was like a regional vice president, like a regional sales director as my last role. And they assigned me to the Midwest, of course, because, I'm from here. They was like, oh, you could probably use some of your connections. So I used to fly from Philly back to like here. I covered Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Louisiana, like Missouri. And so when COVID hit, or the coronavirus hit, Philly shut down. Like,
the whole East Coast did, right?
It was like people here will never understand truly what it meant.
Right.
Like, when I tell you, like, when I got on the highway to go to the grocery store, there was no car. It was like really some I Am Legend shit. Like,
right.
It was no cars, man. It was no people. And, like, it made me feel eerie and weird. Like, hold on, did something happen and I didn't see it?
Right. And
then you get to the grocery store and they still counting, like, 20 people in at a time, and we're on the East Coast, man. We lined up.
Yeah.
Like, so people will never understand what that was really truly like unless you was up there to experience it, man. But anyway, to answer your question, my job knew I was from here, and they were like, hey, look, right now we setting up work from home. We know you up here, by yourself. Like, it's cool if you want to move back or whatever, you know what I'm saying, and be close to your family during this time. Right. So I was like, man, I could still, y'all gonna cut my salary or anything? They're like, nah. So I was like, that's a no-brainer. Like, keep your expenses low, make the same amount of money. Like, yeah, I'm gonna move.
Exactly.
And also at the time I was in a relationship, man, with somebody that was from around here. So those two things combined, man, made me come back here.
So you still work for him?
Man, oddly enough, eventually, man, COVID got me, man. Got that phone call like, look, man, we unfortunately we got to cut.
Yeah.
They actually did me a solid though, man. They was like, we'll keep you on and pay you for 7 months.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Till you try to find something and make something happen.
Yeah, that's cool then.
But yeah, you gotta go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they was cutting down the company.
Man, cutting down all the costs, man, slicing everybody up.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, but that's what they doing though. You know what I'm saying? Because they trying to hit a number. You know what I mean?
All the time, man. But once you get laid off once, man, none of the other ones they never gonna affect you the same. Like you good after that first one. That first one depressing though. I will say that.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So you in the financial man, so what are you doing though? You know what I'm saying? Like far as the finance,
Yeah, man. So
that's important for our people though.
Man, absolutely. I'm gonna break it out. So and I always feel like, man, we don't like to brag about ourselves. Right. You know what I'm saying? We don't like to talk about what we do, and then a lot of people be like, I ain't know you did that. So I'm gonna take this moment just to say that it's kind of like I'm gonna have a little fun just for a second with people, like how you see posts that say stop telling women to smile. Yeah. I always mess with some of my homegirls, only my closest homegirls. I don't be trying to start nothing. I wish they would stop telling young black men to be humble. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Life gonna humble us anyway. Sometimes we act it out because of what we've been through. You don't know my story or
at all
my struggle or anything, right? And then when I'm quiet, people like, oh, I didn't even know who you was, right?
Right.
But I'm a certified financial planner, and I got my master's as well from Rutgers.
From Rutgers?
Yeah, man. So
when'd you go back?
Man, I went to school. I went back to school 2015.
Oh, 2015? What made you want to do that? That's damn near what? 8 years since you graduated.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what made you want to go back?
Man, that corporate rat race, man. I knew to get to that next level.
Oh, okay, yeah, you needed the master's.
I needed to check that box, man.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, just to try to set myself apart.
So as a bachelor, is just having a bachelor's, that's not going to do it, shit, is it?
Man,
just having a bachelor's, right?
It could, with the right connections, man, the right people in your corner, anything can happen, right?
Right.
I didn't have it, right? I didn't know a lot of people at the my last company. I ain't gonna say their name, but I didn't know a lot of people up top, so I needed to set myself apart to be like, yo, not only is he working and accomplishing the sales goals we set out for him, he doing some other things in education for himself as well.
Right. So is the sales is that hard?
Man, sales, I always say, sales is the hardest job in the world. Right. But I think everybody should experience a sales job.
Oh, okay.
Because once you do, man, you selling yourself we go through this all the time. People be like, no, it ain't a hard sell, but it is, dog. When you interviewing for a job, that's you selling yourself, right?
Okay, right.
You and your podcast, dog, you marketing, you selling yourself, you trying to figure out how to expand, stuff like that, right?
Right.
Everything. Some things I ain't gonna touch on because I don't want to make no people mad, but
right.
A lot of things you selling yourself or you trying to sell something, right?
Exactly. As far as a relationship, right?
Even
you don't want to
too.
get nobody mad on that, right?
Oh, not that either. Not that either. That either.
Yeah, man, but they need to sell themselves more, right?
Man, it's a lot of things, man. I ain't gonna shine no light on nobody, man. We'll keep it away from that. But once you experience that rejection too, man,
right.
Nothing's gonna stop you. Okay. Even for you at episode, what's this, man?
217.
It's crazy, man.
Right.
200. I be trying to sit down and do some YouTube videos and things like that, man. I can't even think of 217 things I would want to tell the audience or get them to listen to or whatever, man. So for you, that's dope, man. I actually admire that, man, and I think
appreciate that.
I think with the release of that Kanye 3-part series, dog, I could see that in you. I do a lot of deep diving on people and things, man, and I watched the documentary you got. I don't know if people knew about that. I found that. Okay. I watched it.
Yeah.
Right. I read the description of this podcast, right, giving the people without a voice, stuff like that. So man, you really give me the potential Cootie Kanye vibes, man, in the future that could happen, right?
Nah, man, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Shit. like I'm trying to get the story out there. You know what I'm saying? So like you never know what the future holds, though. You know what I'm saying?
Most definitely.
Okay, so as a financial planner, like what is that, though? You know what I'm saying? Because that scares a lot of people, having a financial planner, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Let me say this. So as a financial planner, what I do is I always like ask people questions like, do you have savings? And people like, yeah or no. And I'll be like, if you say yeah, I'll just be like, do you have enough?
Right.
I'm like, what's enough? All right, I help you figure that out. Do you have life insurance? Yeah. Do you have enough? No. I help you figure that out, right? Do you have a 401k? How did you choose the investments within that 401k? I don't know. Somebody in my lunchroom was talking about. I help you figure that out, right? I put together your whole entire picture, from insurance to investments to your tax picture, all of that. Like I handle all of that for people. Yeah.
Damn. So I need to hire you then.
Nah, most definitely. Hey, every business, small business, especially when you're on your own.
Yeah.
I feel like should have a conversation with me, and I'm not just to my own horn. Like people who know me, man, know I'm passionately curious about this. I do this for real. And one of the hardest things for entrepreneurs, man, we just try to make money. Like we try to make money each month, but then it takes away from that other side because we got to save as well, right? So you might gross 10 G's in a month and you ready to celebrate, but you ain't put up anything for the future. Whereas them corporate jobs, when you get that 401k, it kind of automatically happens for you, right? You don't really have to focus on that other side.
Right.
Entrepreneurs got two things they got to think about, right? Like making money and then also saving for the future, because it's not happening for you automatically.
Yeah, but I'm talking about my personal.
Oh yeah, all of that go together though, right?
Right. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Right.
Yeah.
Right. Because the weed money ain't really counting. You know what I'm saying? Like I was talking to the realtor came in here, and the weed money, that can't be accounted for.
Yeah, y'all got some legal things that
you know what I'm saying? So that's why I need you to show me where to invest in and what to invest in. And something where I can put something in like an account and then it grow for about 10 years. I need all of that though. You know what I'm saying?
Most definitely, we got you. Most definitely, we're gonna make that happen today.
Right. And shit, you got 15 years of experience.
Man, I got 15 years of experience. If you look up, let me first say this. There's 95,000 financial planners in the U.S. total. I just saw these numbers. There's 1,600 black financial planners in the U.S. out of 95,000, right? It's less than 2%. It's like 1.8%. Right. If you want to narrow it down even more, black financial planners that have a certified financial planner designation and MBA, it gets even smaller, right? So like I'm definitely like a lead, and I don't just like to point out the black numbers. I can relate to us, right? But overall, man, like I'm good overall. Like put me up against like anybody. I know what I'm doing. I know how to talk. I've been at the highest level, right? Been at the biggest companies doing this. So
yeah, I just read something that said that black people, we're spending in the trillions, but we're not saving anything. So it's not really looking like we're even making anything. And then I read another report that by 2053, our accounts will be like negative.
Yeah, man. To not get too deep, like those numbers, yeah, they're there, right? That's what they tell us, right?
Right.
And something I want to point out, it's not always us. Like it's not always what we're doing.
Okay.
I'm gonna just point out something systematically that came out, right? To help you understand this whole thing for us as well. Refinancing homes, right?
Okay.
You heard about like Wells Fargo only approved like 49% of the black applicants who try to refinance their homes, right?
Okay.
During the refinance boom, like 72% of white applicants got theirs refinanced, right? Like 52, 53% for Hispanics, right?
So that's real.
That's real. Those are real numbers. And when you think about homes, they always say like your home is your biggest asset for all people, right?
Right.
So if you cut us out the savings we could have got on refinancing, we saved like, I think it was 198 million compared to like it was like 2 billion almost for whites, right?
Right.
When you think about those numbers, that alone says like we got cut out, right?
Exactly.
That's one thing. Now let's think about the stories we heard on when you try to get a home appraised as a black individual who owns the home, right? Versus calling in your white friend and getting it appraised when they think it's their home, right? Again, you just reduced our greatest asset, right? We didn't get the value that we should have got. So like, there's some systematic things with those numbers that I just, when I hear them, I just be like, come on, man. Like, let's have a deeper conversation around that.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, but we can't always blame racism, though.
No. I'm not blaming it, right?
Right.
I just say like,
that is
don't take them numbers to heart, like completely, right? I'm definitely not, because there's more than enough room to make improvement on like a lot of other things as well.
Right. Okay, but if we log on to the internet, shit, we got everybody thinking they stars, thinking they celebrities, thinking they should wear what the celebrities are wearing, and the women think that they should have the person that's celebrities. And all this is just spending. We are consumers like a motherfucker. And they know that, and they be like on the Super Bowl, there's certain commercials because they know that we're spenders. You know what I'm saying? Like it's for us to spend. And we just be spending that shit, don't we?
Man, we do. We do. We are great at consuming, right? And I just did a financial literacy class with 95 kids up in New York, actually. So anybody in Oklahoma City, man, like, call me in. We make it happen. And that's why I'm here as well, man. Like I need to do a better job of getting myself out there and what I do and how I can help.
Man, you can have a class where you getting the high schoolers early.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I have to.
Right.
Because I want to fully answer your question on consuming. I just showed them how it's cheaper to own these companies than it is to consume their products.
Okay.
Right. So if we think about an iPhone costs you what, $1,000, right? Mm-hmm. Apple stock at like 160 right now. It fluctuates like a little bit right here and there, like 163. It was cheaper to go buy like own Apple than it was to like go buy the phone. Right. Talk about J's. I know you into them. I'm same problem. You know what I'm saying? Nike stock, right? Mm-hmm. 130, 140 fluctuates, right? Pair of J's 200.
Mm-hmm, right.
Like if you go look at, I mean, just do your own list, right? Mm-hmm. Write down the things that you or your children like spend the most money on, and go like just Google the price of the stock. I guarantee like most of them are cheaper than it is for like the ownership than it is for the consumerism part of it.
So you big in stocks?
Yeah, man, that's been my life. Like I'm a certified financial planner, man. Like I know prices on, like I'm almost like the Rain Man. Like when I'm not out enjoying myself, man, that's what I'm at home like doing, researching.
So do you know what's gonna hit next? Because I need to, I need to step in that rim too. Yeah,
let me. I'm gonna say something on that, man. I think one of the it's not a mistake, but one of the things that has been put in our mind is like we always have to go find the next best thing.
Right.
Like dog, Apple, Google, and this is not personal financial advice. Like, do seek me for your own one-on-one individual consultation and recommendation. But some of those largest companies, man, like if you think about COVID, made everything go down. That was a great opportunity to buy in.
Okay.
We just had like a lot of volatility. We just reached like record highs in like November, and then we just had a complete pullback, especially like with the war and everything in Ukraine. Right. A lot of those big companies, man, went on sale. We don't have to go like find the next like Tesla. We can just go buy Tesla, especially when they like go down or go on sale. Like you just buy the big, great companies that are already proven themselves. Now, if you try to go find the next best thing, you shouldn't put as much money into it as you would maybe the proven thing, right?
Right. Yeah, man. But the thing is, we like for the results to be now. You know, like that's an investment, you know, so that's going to be 5 years plus you're going to be waiting, right?
And man, any investment you make, I lay it out like this: real estate, education, stocks, cryptos, anything you buy or you invest in, like a true investment, it's going to take 5 years or more to truly pay off.
Right.
I know you trying to get rich quick, turn off your your Facebook, your Instagrams, everything, man. Like, it's marketing.
Exactly. Yeah, man, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's certain things that market to black people because they know that black people are the spenders.
Sure. And not even on the spenders, man, some of the nasty things that I see, even in my my industry, we get taken advantage of too in this industry, man. Like,
that's what I'm saying.
We don't have the knowledge, like, and people just push products on us, and then
they just put it in our face.
All of that, right? Like, so how do I explain this? I now on the other side of the ball, or the coin, I should say. I understand like why sometimes black consumers are so frustrated, man. Like, you just got ripped off by somebody that didn't look like you. You go to somebody that look like you, they take advantage of you. So you just like, man, like, where can I win at? So that's honestly, man, that's why I went completely independent with my company, like completely independent.
Okay.
Like, I don't want no quotas, man, from nobody. Like, I want to be able to tell you, like, hey, I looked at everything. I can't help you, man. Like, I could do as much as I can for you, but I can't help you based on whatever, right? Or I could be like, yeah, I can help you, man. Like, even though you don't have a lot of money or whatever it may be, right? I can help you. Like, people ask all the time, like, how much do I need to have? And I'm like, you just start where you are, right? Because again, we're not about to get rich quick tomorrow, right? Like, if you got $1,000, yeah, I can show you where to invest it, but the goal is to go get another 1,000 and another 1,000, another 1,000, and put that up,
right?
Yeah,
and that's what you can help them with.
Absolutely, 1,000%.
Okay, right. Okay, so is the world going digital?
Man, I always laughed out. The world has already been digital.
Right, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, people say, like, the metaverse to me is just a sexy marketing term. We already been living in the metaverse. If you think about it, your digital profile has already mattered more than your real life for the longest. Exactly. They just wrapped it up in a sexy red bow and sold it to you a new term, right? So that they can go make some more money off of it, really.
But I'm right. Man, that's exactly right. But I'm asking, is the dollar, is the cash,
the currency?
Like, is the cash dollar worth anything right now? Cash.
I mean, everything is still tied. Everything's still tied to the dollar, right? Okay. Like, you cash in some Bitcoin, some crypto, whatever, what they gonna give you for it.
Okay, right.
It's still, like, for now, kind of attached, right?
Yeah, for now, right.
But for now, right? We might go somewhere else. Also, like, even I'm gonna go back to, we already been digital in payments too. Right. Cash App me became the same term like Google. How long ago, right?
Right.
And by the way, Cash App is a publicly traded stock too, if you want to go look that up too. So yeah, man, I do think we have already been there. So, like, to answer your question, we already been there. We might just go there even further, even more.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, man, like, the world is it's changing, man, and we got to get with the times, you know what I'm saying? And that's why I wanted you on the show, because the financial piece, because, I mean, man, there's so much evictions going on right now. There's so much, like, people that's going broke. The gas is $4, $5, $6, $7, you know what I'm saying? So finance right now is very important, though, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man, it is. I will say, for our community, the issue is really, we get introduced once we have to perform. So, like, think about when you was 16, you got your first job. Nobody told you, like, hey, the first thing we do is go $10 an hour times 40, right? Times 2 equal 800. And then what you do on that when you get that first check?
Oh my God!
Right, but we in the trenches already. Like, when what taxes? Y'all ain't say nothing. You know what I'm saying? And then you in college, right? credit cards, student loan debt. We already in the trenches. Like, I'm just now learning about this when I'm in the trenches, right? And some people can make enough of a mistake and get out of it.
Right.
Some people so deep, it's like, man, I made the biggest mistake and I cannot get out of it, right? So I do, like you said, I'm trying to get like exposure earlier because of that. Also, even with the athletes out there, man, like if you're a coach, you got a good kid out there, man, I want to talk to them about financial literacy as well, because now you can sign NIL deals and everything else, right?
Okay, right.
You drop an NIL deal on an 18-year-old kid, what you would have did with, like,
I'm blowing it all.
At Old State, I would have been at your party. I know you would have did something magical, right? So yeah, man, we have to start introducing things earlier. And the worst phrase ever in our community is stay in the kid's place. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right. And these kids are way smarter than
man.
they was when that dumbass saying shit started.
It's the information age. Your kid already knows, so you might as well, like, but I'm talking financial. I ain't talking about no other.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't talking about the other things. Again, I don't have kids, so I ain't gonna talk about the other stuff. But like financially, man, like absolutely, let your kids see how much you have in your checking and savings account. If you can't make it, like maybe they'll understand. Like, damn, I can't ask for no toys because we ain't got no money. You know?
And that would have been big.
It would have been huge for a lot of us.
Yeah, but I don't think nobody is gonna show nobody their account.
Maybe they won't, but it only hurts you if you don't, right? In the long run.
Exactly. Right.
You know, that'll help you understand, like, okay, if I'm gonna make it, I have to go do this, or I have to press. Like, I can't go to school and mess around because we don't even have the money. Right. I can't blow this.
See, I know I gotta hire you because this is the early stages, though. You know what I'm saying? Of me actually making money. So now I gotta hire you to see where I need to put this up, place this over here and shit like that, though. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm really trying to retire by like 50, because you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I ain't trying to just be working, because I see a lot of people still working. It's like, man, I can't be doing that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I'm getting older. Like, I be going to the gym and hooping and my bones be brittle and shit like that. So I'm like, man, I can't do that at 60.
Nah, most definitely, man.
And it's real like that, though.
Yeah, really,
you know
man.
What I'm saying?
I mean, you kind of like just look at the generations before you.
Yeah, it's scary.
It is. It's scary, but then that's also like you're scared straight too, right? Like that's gonna give you the urgency you need to like get it together.
Exactly, to prepare.
Exactly. And that ain't that's no disrespect or anything. Like, everybody had to go through what they had to go through, and we learned it from that previous generation. So we needed them to go do what they did. No different than you talked about the student loan debt with millennials. Hopefully the ones behind us see that too, and they making better decisions.
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure. Yeah, man. Well, tell the people where they can reach you at, man.
Man, I am on everything. My website is morefinancialplanning.biz.
Okay.
That's morefinancialplanning.biz. MOORE financialplanning.biz. You can catch me on Instagram. I'm Cory of MFP, CORYOFMFP, as in More Financial Planning. From there, you can then find me. Like, I got all my handles. I'm on Twitter, YouTube, Facebook. I do have a Facebook business page and everything. All my links work. I did just get a client who like hit me up like, man, I chose you because all your links worked on your website.
Okay.
That's rare. And that made me feel some kind of way, actually, man. Like, we got to step our game up. To all black business owners, man, if you have a business, please understand that like your business actually affects my money. We are all connected, whether we know it or not, because we don't get like the same, like, what I want to say, like breaks. Like, if somebody came and bought some chicken from your chicken shack and it wasn't good, it was old, whatever, they might cancel on me because they like, I'm tired of them.
Oh yeah,
right.
Man, I canceled on a lot of niggas because I'm like, I'm tired of niggas. Shit,
and that happens a lot, right? People say that, and I'm like, you know what I'm saying? We don't know how interconnected, and some people just suck. Like, you're not good. You don't even care about what you're doing. So please just shut down.
Care. Right.
Like, please. Yeah,
you gotta care.
Just get out the game. Like, go figure out what you want to do, but don't like make the rest of us suffer. Because again, unfortunately, we're interconnected. Right. And also, I would say, like, understand some of us are running businesses that we have never gotten exposure to, right? Like, it's an experiment.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
We literally out here trying to make it happen.
Exactly. Okay, so one last question, man. Is the insecurities in our people, is that hindering us on why we spend so much?
Man,
because even I spend a lot, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I be getting shit that I know I don't need, but I just spend it.
Yeah, I'll speak for myself. If you ever ask me, like, what's one of the dumbest things I spend money on? Bottle service in New York and Philly. Like, it's the dumbest. It taps into it's the insecurities, dog. Like, I just want y'all to see these sparkles coming to me and my crew and my section. The dumbest money ever. You wake
That's
up.
What I'm saying,
you wake up later like, man, that was stupid.
Yeah, man, but it feels so good at the time.
In the moment, it feels so good, but that taps into, like, yeah, maybe it's some insecurities, right? Yeah, like, I think we always can find, like, you know, things. Like, I don't want to call them excuses, but we can find things like, I needed that, or I couldn't get this, but, you know, we all got things that we didn't need that we got, right? Like,
exactly. But in 15 years, man, on the East Coast, man, I know that tab was up there, man. You know
I will not disclose it, man. Like, oh my gosh, man.
Yeah, man. But you had it though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's the cool thing about kind of life, man. It's
right.
Some of those, like, dumb things were great lessons, right? Like, you needed those to become who you are.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly, man, and everything comes full circle. You know what I'm saying? And you back to help your people too, though.
Man, that is the funniest thing, man. My shout out to all my teachers, man, that I ever came across in my high school and elementary, middle school career here, man. Like, they used to always be like, "Hey, don't forget, come back."
Right.
You know, and now, like, it really is full circle. Like, man, I'm really here, and I really do have the ability to help, man. So I hope
you got the knowledge,
man. Absolutely,
and you got the schooling, and you got the degrees.
Absolutely, it is 100%. I did not turn on the camera yesterday and just call myself a financial guru, man, because we have a lot of that out there right now as well, man. And hopefully that starts to get cleaned up, because that causes more of an issue as well. So yeah, man, I definitely hope I'm doing them proud, man, because some of those teachers' names is harder than some of the gangsters' names back in the day, man, in the neighborhood.
Right. And, man, shit, man, you can tap into YouTube too. You know what I'm saying? Because with the information that you got and the experience that you got in the years, you know, there'll be a lot of people who would take a liking to you.
Man, I hope so. Like, the funny thing is, man, like, I was nervous to even do this. Like, I don't open up and share.
I know you don't.
I just don't.
I know you don't.
I prefer to sit in the corner and I know everybody, and I say what's up. I speak to everybody. I don't have any problems with anybody, no issues, man. But I just don't like to talk. And that's one of my challenges, man. That's something that I have to improve upon as well.
Oh, you got to, man, because you're sitting on too much knowledge.
Yeah, man. I agree.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, man. I appreciate you coming on the show and sharing it, though.
Man, I appreciate being here, man. I feel good, man. I hope some people could take some things away. And if you have questions, because I didn't tap into something too deeply, man, I know y'all want to talk about cryptos and everything else.
Right.
Hopefully I can come back, man. We do part 2, 3, 4 or something, man.
Oh, you on the crypto, too?
Man, let me say this again. This is not financial advice for you.
On everything that's finance,
you have to be
right.
Because people gonna come ask you about it, and then I need to know how it works.
Right.
Now I'm not in, like, I don't do a lot of the bottom tier stuff, the doges and stuff like that. But there's almost $1 trillion in Bitcoin, right? You got to pay attention to that.
Okay, right.
You know, just things like that right now. NFTs and things, man, that's another game. Again, we can go deeper on that on another another moment, man. But it's a lot of things going on. I would just say, like, again, don't be the consumer so much. Like, try to be the producer of things like NFTs, etc. Versus, like, buying a gorilla with a banana in his mouth, which, you know, could feel some kind of way as well. That is not a knock against the Alphas, man. Y'all could come see me too anytime, man. That was just the Bored Apes Yacht Club. If you're not familiar with it, look it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Already, man. I appreciate the knowledge, man. You know what I'm saying? Because you got a lot of it. And just to hear your story, man, like, why wouldn't I hire you, though? You know what I'm saying?
Man, I appreciate that, man. I hope more people feel like that, for real, man. Hit me up.
Already.
All right.
Shout out Brandy podcast, man. That's 217, man, with Cory Moore, the financial planner.
I appreciate it.
Appreciate you, man. Yes, sir. Yeah.